Hello.
Hi, this is Art from Everclear. I got the right guy?
Yeah, you do. Art, it's Ethan. How you doing, my friend?
Doing good, man. I'm sorry I missed your call. I must have closed my eyes and the ringer was off, so my bad. I apologize.
Hey, no worries. You are a busy man out on a whirlwind tour right now, so I totally get that every now and then you could use a little cat nap, right?
Oh, dude, I got MS, man. I cat nap all day.
I was going to ask, how is your health doing these days? You feeling good? You obviously the tour is rigorous as hell.
Yeah, it's rigorous. Thank God we're on a nice bus, and we're not flying around. When we're flying around most of the year doing one-offs, and we do like 60 a year, 65 a year of the one-offs. That takes its toll, that kind of travel. But being 63 is hard enough as it is, and having MS on top of it, I just have to take care of myself. I nap before shows and do my workouts and stay hydrated, just stuff like that everybody does when they get older. It's just I have to do it a little bit more.
Yeah, I hit 51 earlier this year, and so I'm trying to get 4 to 5 days a week in the gym to see if I can't stretch this out a little bit longer.
No, I dig it. I mean, when I'm home, I do 3 days a week of physical therapy. I do a weight day, and then I swim every day in my pool, and that's really, really cathartic for me. The thing is, dude, you're 51. It gets worse. it just does. It's like my weight training. I'm not trying to build up. I'm just trying to retain my strength because men lose it as time goes on. It just is what it is.
And I was looking over one of your bios, and you actually used to be quite an athlete. I think you'd played some baseball or something before.
I played baseball, football, and basketball. I grew up in a black neighborhood, man. You had to, or you got beat up, right?
Right.
But as I started getting older into my teens, I remember eighth grade, I coming back from that summer, and I'm playing football, and in Pop Warner, last year Pop Warner before, I planned to play high school football. But, man, everybody got big and strong, and I didn't, and it was just like, nope, I don't want to get hit like that. And that's the same time I started playing guitar, and girls like that even more, and I'm like, okay, here you go. That's what we're doing.
I got to admit, people out there listening, guys, specifically sports, yes, girls are into that. Guitar, girls are into it more.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
And thank God for all those nerdy guys at this. I tell guys in bands, I mean, even popular bands, I go, look, man, you're marrying way out of your weight class. So am I. I always have. Thank God for what we do, because I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it, and it's fun. And, man, I'm just grateful to be 63, a guy with a little bit of MS, and I'm out there playing rock and roll every night. I'm blessed, man. I'm living the dream.
Speaking of sports, I recently had NHL superstar and 3-time Stanley Cup winner Pat Maroon on, and I was interviewing him. I asked him who his favorite rock band was, and he said Everclear.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I told him I'd try to get him tickets and see if he could get to the show to see you guys when you're here.
Oh, absolutely, man. I'll put him on the list. When we're done with the interview, give me his info or you got my number, so you can text me his stuff, and I'll put him on the list. Now, what team does he play for? I'm sorry for my ignorance on hockey.
No.
I'm a Seahawks Dodger guy. That's where I go.
Well, he's kind of played all over. He's had a very 14, 15-year career, and so he's played with the Bruins, the Blackhawks, the Ducks, and he's won 3 Stanley Cups, 1 with the St. Louis Blues, and 2 here in Tampa Bay with the Lightning.
Oh, wow. So he's playing with the Lightning now, right?
Well, he's retired from playing, but he is now a brand ambassador for the Tampa Bay Lightning, so he's still with the team.
I got you. Yeah, no, man, I know his name. Of course, I know the name.
Yeah.
I I don't know. I pay a little attention to the Kings and stuff like that, and the Kraken up in Seattle because I still, I lived in the Northwest for 20 years. But yeah, man, my Seahawks. It's football season. We're playing tomorrow night. You want to talk about anything other than rock and roll? We're talking about football.
Hey, I can talk football with you all day, man. We're super excited right here because Baker Mayfield is taking the Bucks to new levels right now. Yeah,
he's killing it. I've always liked Baker. I've always liked Baker when he came out, and I think Cleveland were idiots for trading him, and obviously they see that now too.
It's interesting because, like, you were just in my old hometown, Lubbock, Texas, and that's where Texas Tech is. And Baker was there for a year, but they wouldn't start him, so that's when he went to Oklahoma.
Right. And now, did he follow Pat, or did Pat come after him?
I think Pat came after Baker. That was a couple years down the road, but not. They were pretty close.
I thought it was the next year.
It may have been. Let me look it up because Patrick.
I think it was. I thought they were in the same draft.
Dun, dun, dun. Patrick Mahomes. When was he? He started at the Chiefs in 2018. So I'm assuming he played Tech there like 2014 through 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was selected 10th overall in the 2017 draft, started in 2018. Yeah. So let's see what Baker's...
Yeah, KC traded up a couple for him. I think they were 12 or 13 or 14. They traded up to get him. And sat him on the bench for a year behind Alex. And, wow. I mean, that's how you do it, right?
Yeah, so...
Baker, unfortunately...
Baker was a walk-on for Tech in 2013, but then he was Oklahoma 2015 to 2017. So, yeah, you're probably right. Same draft year.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. And, I think Baker was number one overall, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Wasn't he the Heisman winner? Number one draft pick?
I think he was the Heisman winner. Yeah, you know who else was in that draft is my guy now is Sam Darnold. He was third overall. And, man, he's just killing it for us right now. I think he's the right guy with the right OC, and I love where our Seahawks are right now. I'm so glad they made those changes they did, even though everyone's like, "You're trading Geno?"
Right.
Yeah. Same people 3 years ago, they go, "Well, Geno's only going to win 2 games." Oh yeah, well he made the Pro Bowl, and.
Well, how are you feeling since they got rid of Pete Carroll, though? I mean, because is it better in your mind?
Look, it's 100 times better. I love Pete. Don't get me wrong. I want Pete and the Raiders and even Geno to succeed. But I got to tell you, it was time to move on. Everything has its time, man. Everything has its time. Look at Belichick. I mean. Who would have thought Belichick is where he'd be now at North Carolina with a 15-year-old girlfriend on the sideline? I mean, come on. You can't make that up.
I know. And not only that, Belichick is definitely not having the greatest start to his college football coaching career either. Which, another weird thing, like my dad got his PhD at UNC, and that was like right before Jordan played basketball. So we're kind of Tar Heels fans there. So there's another random connection.
It's a great school. It's a school that my they have a great program for fashion design there, actually, believe it or not. And my daughter's looking at going there, even though that's a little far away for me. But it's either that, Rhode Island, or Italy, and I'm putting the foot down on Italy. Nope.
So either way, she's going to be on the other end of the country.
Probably. I like the fact she wants to move to the other side of the country and get away from her parents. She loves us. She's a great kid, but she wants to do it on her own and do something new. I think it's cool. Trust me and her mom, wherever she goes, I have the wherewithal that we're going to rent an apartment in that town and be nearby at least part of the year.
6 months out of the year, you're going to be there anyways, right?
The helicopter is coming to wherever she is. The helicopter parent. You better know it.
I love it. Speaking of just a second ago, Lubbock, Texas, you just played at the Buddy Holly Center. Of course, my old hometown there, which was also the first, I think, 2 times I interviewed you. Once at a gig and once on your bus when I was doing my podcast Skidmark show, and I asked you about the first car I think you remember owning, and I believe you said like a Toyota 4Runner, if memory serves.
No. My first car I bought when I was 16. So my brother passed when I was 12, and he made me his beneficiary at work. And when I turned 18, I was going to get 10 grand. And back then, that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money. And so my mom put 5 away, which turned into 10 for me. And the other, she used to, like pay for sports or school, or if my siblings needed stuff, which is totally cool. Had no problem with that. But when I was 16, before I got my license, I wanted to get a car. And she begged me to buy a Toyota, not a 4Runner. They didn't have 4Runners then in 1978. But just buy a sensible car. So I bought a 69 Camaro that had been a street racer, was all beat up, had Bondo all over it, had a 455 Chrysler truck engine in it.
Wow.
I don't know if you remember Krager's, like, mag wheels.
Yep.
The number 4 is the big ones, the chrome ones, cherry bombs on it. Horrible car for a 16-year-old. Horrible.
Oh.
But I liked it. Girls liked it. So yeah,
it sounds super cool, man.
It was cool. But man, it was fast. But my next car I bought was a Toyota. I bought a Toyota hatchback. I never had a 4Runner, but my favorite cars that I've ever had in the 90s, I started buying Toyota Land Cruisers.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
the Land Cruiser. What a great car that was.
Well, and especially up there in the Pacific Northwest, it's perfect for, that area too.
Yeah, but I mean, I live in LA, and it's a great. I drive SUVs now. I'm a Ford guy now. I had a Flex, love the Flex. I had 3 of those until they stopped making them. Now I'm driving the new Bronco.
Oh, okay.
I really like it. I'm gonna trade this one, and I've had it almost 3 years. I do leases, so I get a new car every 3 years. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I'm designing my new Bronco now. It's gonna be cool.
I've been an SUV guy most of my life. I recently had a Tahoe, but it was an '06 and it finally crapped out. So now I went the other way. I'm in a little hot hatchback, a Volkswagen GTI, and that thing is super fun.
My friend has that. Because of my MS and I had back surgery, I can't get into a small car. I need a car I can step up into. It's just too hard for me getting in and out of a smaller car, or even like a sedan. But I've got a friend who's 6'5", and he was in one of those little cars, and he loved that car. But then he just traded it for a big black Chevy truck.
I love being able to climb into the big ones, but right now mine's a stick, so doing the shifting, which I haven't done in a long time, it's a lot of fun.
No, I dig it. I like a shift. You have more control over the car.
Absolutely.
I like a shift.
Well,
it's
obviously,
hard to find them now.
It is hard to find them. They're almost going away unless you get a super like Ferrari or something, and even then it's paddle shifters. Like having an actual stick there on the floor is hard to find, but they're fun as hell.
Yeah, they are fun.
Now, musically, obviously, and we could talk about football and cars all day long, and maybe after the show, if you have time, I'd love to hang out with you and do that. But musically, you're coming around 30th anniversary of Sparkle and Fade. Before that one came out, and the first time I was aware of the band Everclear was with your very first album, the indie release World of Noise, and I fell in love with Fire Maple Song, and somehow that came across like our college radio desk, and I was like, I dig this band. And then a couple years later, Santa Monica drops and the whole world knows. That must have been a hell of a blow up in your world, huh?
Well, absolutely. I mean, World of Noise was a record we made for $400 in trade. True story. No fabrication there. I was digging a garden out, but my girlfriend, soon-to-be second wife, told me I needed to go to make an extra couple $100. because we were poor, and that was the time when we were slogging away in the clubs of Portland. And I see these guys going into a basement, and I'm like thinking, oh, that's a drug deal. And then the guy comes over and goes, hey, you the guy from that band Evergreen? I go, Everclear. He goes, hey, man, you want to come see my basement studio? And I'm like, studio? So I stuck that shovel in the ground, and for all I know, it's still there. Jump over the fence, go and see the studio. I'm like, man, this is awesome. How much is it? $10 an hour. I go, you don't have a lot of outboard gear. I've got a delay and a digital delay and actually an analog delay, Alexakis analog delay, and a digital reverb unit. He goes, go get them. Let me see them. And I bring them back. He goes, yeah, man, I'll give you $400 in trade for it. I'm like, 40 hours. We've got 12 songs on. Recorded it after work in 1 week, all of us when we get off work. And then the next week I mixed it when I get off work, and that was it.
And you traded pedals for it, but you also recorded through like essentially a blown Fender amp, which gave it its own unique sound, right?
Exactly. You know the story. Yeah, I had a Fender Super Twin that they didn't make a whole lot of them. Super heavy, super loud, but you need to rebias the tubes or replace the tubes every couple of years. And man, I didn't have the money. That was like $60. I didn't have the money for that. And so we're like going through takes, and it's feeding back constantly. We'll have to take a break, let it cool off, and then come back and hit it. And there was so much like squealing feedback, both good and bad, because I love feedback. I love that kind of noise. But that World of Noise just was the perfect name for that record.
Did the amp ever actually catch on fire? Because that can happen with those old tubes for sure.
Well, man, dig this. So it was like sparking, like blue sparks out of those tubes. And we cool it off. And then I got the great idea of getting a couple bags of ice and wrapping them in towels and putting them on top of it. And it did cool it off quicker. But think about it. That's really stupid.
It's water and electricity, man.
Yeah, they both like each other and hate each other all at the same time. And, so not my brightest move. And I can't even blame being drunk on that because I was already sober. But, I still have that amp. I refuse to get rid of it.
Have you changed the tubes yet?
Oh, yeah, I don't. Yeah, a couple thousand times. Yeah, I don't use it anymore. I don't use it. But it ain't going anywhere. I love it.
So is that where you got the name for your major label debut, Sparkle and Fade, because that's what your amp was doing?
No. Sparkle and Fade. What? No, it wasn't really fading. It was sparking and firing.
Sparking and smoking.
It'd be sparking and flame, really. But no, Sparkle and Fade was just like, I'm making this record, and it's like touching on stuff of our influences and where we're taking them. So it's kind of the old and the new, and that just general, life is just good and bad, man. If it's good now, it's going to get bad. If it's bad, it's going to get good again. You just got to wait it out. And hopefully the peaks and the valleys become less, right?
Yeah.
Instead of it's really high, really low, it's a little high, a little low, and it's manageable as you get older. And I was just getting to that point where I understood that at that age.
When you got that riff for Santa Monica, because it is like the epitome of simplicity makes a great song. You're playing that G power chord, and you just lift off to get the open E string and come back in. When you hit that and you're like, that's a riff, that should be a song, was that sort of like, this is going to be big, or was it just, let's see what happens with it?
I've never tried to write singles in my life. True story. I think when you do that, you paint yourself into a corner, and 99 times out of 100, it just sounds derivative. It sounds too thought out. It doesn't sound exciting. Santa Monica just organically came out. But when we came up with that riff and that arrangement, we were like, it came together pretty quick, and we're like, this is pretty good. And we played it for our A&R guy before we went in the studio. He came up to Portland and came down into his basement and went through the songs, and he's like, that song right there, do that again. And he goes, it's almost done. I go, nah, it's done. You'll hear it when we record it, when we mix it. And he still fought me on it. And then I made it a little bit longer. And was he right? Was he wrong? We don't know. I'll give him the credit. But we put an extra chorus on the end of it. And, it just introduced the world to us and us to the world. I'm very grateful for it. And if I don't play that song, people throw stuff at me. So we'll be playing that.
Well, I mean, you're doing the 30-year anniversary, so you're playing the whole album, and then in between here and there, you're going to throw in some of your other hits. There's some hits that you're not playing. Are you changing up the set list every night? Is it the same from show to show, or are you just going, let's play like AM radio tonight, or Father of Mine tonight, or is it all the same every show?
No, brother, not on this tour. This tour is set in stone. Every other tour, look, we always play the hits. We always play the fan favorites, and there's always 4 or 5 songs that we leave open for people to hit us up on social media to do requests, right? But on this tour, we're doing all 14 songs from Sparkle and Fade. That's almost a whole set by itself.
Yeah.
And then we're doing another, all the hits from the other records. So it's a long, long set. Hard on the voice. Got to really take care of the voice. And I tell people, no requests this year. Next year.
There you go. When you're coming back around for the next tour, you'll take all the requests then. But I mean, just seeing you guys live for that 2021 song set that you're doing is already going to be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Randomly,
and we do 60, at least 60 or more one-off flight dates every year. We're flying away every weekend from like February to Christmas. We're doing, so we're constantly playing shows, constantly.
I was walking through the local Hard Rock not too long ago, and we were having dinner, and I looked up, and there's this bright blue neon sign that said Everclear. I posted it to my Facebook because I was like, hey, I love that band. Randomly saw this sign up here. And Craig Montoya actually commented. He goes, I think that sign was in one of our videos. Do you remember a neon Everclear sign in one of your videos?
Yeah, it's at the Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent it to him. I gave it to him. Yeah. Can you hold on just a second?
Yeah, of course.
Are you recording?
Yeah, but I can edit this, so no worries.
All right, hold on just a sec. Let me see. Hey, man, can we wrap it up so I can do that guy?
Yeah, absolutely. I will leave it with this.
I could call you back. He has to leave in 10 minutes, so I can call you back.
Yeah, I'd love to, man. Why don't you take care of that and then call me back? If you're up to that, I'd be happy to.
I'll call you back in like 10:15, okay? All
right, sounds good. Thanks, Art.
All right, thanks, man.
So this is the edit jump from where he took the other phone call, and then he called me back, and we'll get back into the interview. Hey, buddy, how'd it go?
Hey, man. Well, he started doing the interview, and then he goes, oh, man, my recorder's not working. Can I call you back in like 5 minutes? I go, you said you had to fucking leave in 5 minutes, dude. He goes, my wife's waiting. She's getting pissy. She wants to go to lunch. I go, oh, okay. All right. Anyway, I said, look, I got to call this other homeboy back, and then call me in like 10:15. So we got time for a couple more.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, I appreciate you taking the time for your radio fans and people, man. I was going to mention before we ran out that where was I at here? Oh, first of all, Sunday. What day is it specifically? Oh, October 5th. You're going to be, I believe, in Georgia. It's going to be a hard day for you because 4 o'clock, the Bucks are taking on the Seahawks, man. You might have to miss some of that game.
It's 4 o'clock Eastern time?
Yes.
Dude, I'm not playing. That's perfect. I'm going to be on the bus making bratwurst in the air fryer and chili in the crock pot. You better know this.
Oh, perfect. So you're going to be set up and ready to rock then.
Dude, we don't fuck around. There's no fucking around when it comes to football. on this bus.
I love it, man. You take care of the priorities first, right?
Don't you? Well, have you been married? Are you married?
Yeah, I'm on my second one for right now.
Well, I'm on my fourth, but one thing I learned was, like, budget the priorities first. Budget the good stuff. The other stuff is going to come. You're going to take care of the bills. You're going to do that. But make sure you always take care of, like, she wants to go to lunch. She wants this. She wants that. Your family needs this. That's been my motto. And I've been with my wife now for almost 21 years. And we're better than ever.
You figured out the important stuff.
I know who the boss is, right? I don't sweat the small stuff. Like, well, what about me and this and that? I'm like, you know what? If I really need something, I'll tell her in a nice way. I really need this, and she gets it. Sundays, we came to this a long time ago. Sundays, all day, every day. I'm on your time. Sunday, football. There you go. You get your one day, and the other 6 are like, babe, whatever you need, just let me have this one little slice. There was a little pissy girl resentment there for a little while. Then it was just like, you know what, man, it makes him happy. He's yelling at the screen in the back room. My daughter and my wife just avoid me. At least I'm not going outside constantly and smoking cigars like I was for a while. So they're happy that stopped. Yeah, you're taking care of your mental and emotional health at the same time, right? Exactly. I can't smoke anymore. When I got MS, they told me that smoking cigars would give you an 80% chance of progressing my disease. I'm like, oh, that's over. Okay. Oh. I smoked cigarettes for 25 years, and that was hell giving that up. How was it with cigars? Dude, well, I smoked from the age of 10 to the age of 24, and that was miserable. And I started smoking cigars when I was 42, and I smoked till I was 55. Nicotine is the worst. Yeah. It is the most. I've kicked heroin. I've kicked cocaine. Kicking nicotine is the worst. And the worst thing about it is every time you go back, it gets 10 times harder to quit the next time. I actually ended up using vapes to kick my habit because I could put the nicotine down every time. So I got less and less until it wasn't really as hard, but it was still a pain in the ass, real bitch. Yeah, but most people get on the vape and don't ever come off it. Yeah. That's the problem. I like the vape. I did the Juuls a little bit, but too many chemicals. I could feel it in my body, and it wasn't good with the MS. It wasn't good for anybody. But I use the gum. I use the gum to come off. Yeah, that's cool. About a year on the gum. And man, when I'm telling you I smoke cigars, I'm not talking about one every now and then. I was smoking 6 to 8 big ass Padrones every day. Every day? Every day, bro. Holy shit, man. Think about how much money that cost. Right? And not just that, but cigars are harsh as hell on your throat. How were you able to sing? Well, listen to my voice. I sound like Betty Davis after a bender. But you know what? I found out that gravelly thing is an MS thing. It's called dysphonia. I just found that out. I've heard the term before, so that's interesting. That you could say it wasn't even the smoking; it's the MS now that has sort of given you a little more timbre in your voice. You'd say? Well, no, not timbre. Just like, it's not good. It's that gravelly thing. I'm just really drinking a lot of water as I go, and just trying to keep it hydrated. But it's a challenge, man, especially with these long sets. It's a challenge. But I feel good that I'm finding out about this. I talked to my neurologist about it the other day, and I'm going to go see a specialist when I get back. And there's surgeries they can do. Some are really scary, and some are not that bad. And there's medication, and there's vocal exercises. So I'm feeling good. When I get back, I'm going to really get into it.